Hey y'all, today we're going to show you how we make our balsamic crock pot roast, and then we're going to go out into the Sequoia National Forest and do a little exploring. And we're going to do it all while having a whole lot of fun. That beef smells amazing! Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with me, the Happy Camper, the good old boy, where we're cooking up dishes straight from recipes.crock.com, which is my beautiful wife's cooking blog. She's over there, by the way, that's why I'm pointing. And today we're going to make a crock pot balsamic roast. And we haven't even started this recipe, and it already smells good in this kitchen because we are searing the meat. We've heard a lot of people say, you got to sear the meat to get the flavor. We do on some recipes, we do not on some, but today we're going to, and I'm glad we are. Can you hear the sizzle? Can you hear the birds? Can you hear the happiness in this RV right now? Because we're hungry, we're happy, and it's going well already. What I have in our slow cooker is a big chuck roast, a great big chuck roast. What is that, about 3 pounds, something like that?
They can use 2 to 3 pounds. 2
to 3 pound chuck roast, and you want to sear it on both sides. Now, depending on what recipe you might see, they may say use olive oil, but we have this giant jar of bacon grease that we have been saving and using over time for stuff, and you know my motto, everything goes better with bacon. So we are using 2 tablespoons of bacon grease down in the bottom of there, and using our sear feature, our sizzle feature on our Ninja, and we're searing that, and she should be done on this side. So we're going to flip that baby. Oh,
careful!
It's hot. Oh yeah, can you see the brown on that? That's beautiful. That's art right there. Oh my goodness. Actually, that's Chuck, but anyway, we're going to let that sear on that side while we tell you about the rest of our ingredients, and that would be, you want a tablespoon of garlic. This is minced, dried, freeze-dried garlic. A tablespoon of freeze-dried minced onion. You could use regular chopped onion, fresh chopped onion if you want. I'm not going to judge you. You want to have a tablespoon. You had a pepper out. Was this a tablespoon too?
That's just to taste.
Oh, that's just to taste.
No.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's bad juju. A tablespoon of sugar. Or since you know we're doing the low-carb stuff, we have a sugar substitute. We're going to use a tablespoon of that. You want a ½ cup of balsamic vinegar, because, well, that's the name of the meat. Woo!
And I will say, if you're eating low-carb, check your labels. Drastically different depending on...
This has 2 carbs per tablespoon.
And there were some that were like 9 carbs per tablespoon.
So Pompeian, low on the carbs, because I don't know how many tablespoons are in a ½ cup. Do the math. Put it in the comments below. Nerd. Alright. So altogether...
But that's for like a lot of servings.
So that's 10 grams of carbs for a 3-pound roast that I won't eat all by myself, so I'll share it. You know where we're going with this. And then you want a cup of beef broth. So what I'm going to do is take my tablespoon of garlic and my tablespoon of onion. It smells so good in here right now. The smell of cooking meat is just something that I enjoy. And then our tablespoon of sugar or sugar substitute.
They can use Splenda, whatever, or if they want to use full sugar, that's fine.
Full-on sugar's fine with me. Again, I wouldn't judge you. And then our ½ cup of balsamic vinegar. And a cup of beef broth. That is hard to see through.
It's halfway mark there.
Halfway mark, that's right, because this is a 2-cup cup. Woo! There's a cup in there.
Now that beef roast, did you tell them we salted it before we put it down in the grease?
You just did. Salt and pepper your beef roast. Gonna put a little crust on there, you know, a little salty, peppery crust. And then once you get all this stirred up, yeah, if you would go ahead and turn that down. My lovely assistant, see that pretty hand? Right over the top of the roast. Just like that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then we're going to make it pretty, y'all. We're going to give it some rosemary, and is that thyme?
Yes.
And that is fresh thyme. In fact, she's got a little plant here somewhere.
I already got rid of it because they didn't have it in a package.
It's already gone.
Yes.
Oh, that smells good. Oh, I've
it's
got
just a bunch of
so much thyme on my hands. And we're just going to put that over the top of the roast to make her all pretty. Sprinkle the rest of that thyme on there. And then the rosemary right on top. It's going to look like a little garden. A little garden.
A meat garden.
A little meat. Oh, now that is something I could grow. Technically, that'd be like a cow farm. So, meat garden. All right, so we'll put that on the top. And then pop the lid on it. And then make sure I close my beef broth before I dump it over in, the bowl. And then we want to go on low for 8 to 10 hours, which is good because we're getting ready to go on a hike into the Trail of 100 Giants here in the Sequoia National Forest. We just got here yesterday, came from Pala, California, drove up here. Let me tell you, LA traffic, not something I care to do again. I told my wife this whole trip, I'm like, I want to go to LA, I want to go to LA. We went around LA and the traffic was still bad. And let's just say my wife goes, have you prayed yet today? Because it was a little hectic, but then we came up here, and I mean, you want to talk about a change in scenery and culture. It's not fast-paced. We're at a beautiful campground up here in Kernville, California, which is just south of the National Forest, and it's peaceful. There's kids playing. There's birds singing outside. People are out having campfires, having a good old time. This is our people, y'all. This is where we like to be. So how about y'all come along with us on our trip to the Trail of 100 Giants in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, there's some rocks that have fallen.
Yeah,
there's some more.
Be vigilant. Watch out for falling rocks. There's signs everywhere. Because we are traveling within the mountain range of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Let me roll up my window. I think so. I tried Googling it, and we have no phone service, so Google's still thinking about it. But we are here in the Sequoia National Forest.
Yes.
And it's, oh my gosh, it's pretty.
It's so beautiful. It's not the big trees yet.
Not yet, but we're getting there.
We think we're going to get to see them. We're not exactly sure because it said the road was closed before Google says we're going to get to the Trail of 100 Giants. So we're really, really hopeful that we're going to get to go see the Trail of 100 Giants.
Otherwise, we're just going to travel through the valley of a large mountain range.
It's beautiful. And the Kern River.
Snow-capped mountains. We'll show you here in a minute.
And the Kern River twists through this whole area. Actually goes right through our campground. It is beautiful. We're
in the middle of Mother Nature, and it's amazing. Ooh, home of the 40-ounce porterhouse.
I'm sorry. He's very squirrel-like.
There's lots of signs.
And there are lots of actual squirrels, too. So.
Lots of squirrels. There was a dead one a while ago. Felt bad. Rest in peace, poor squirrel. Anyway, we came from Pala, which was more resort-ish, if you want to say. It was a place we just stayed there for a couple days, just to kind of unwind, chill, get a little work done, and not drive, because sometimes the drives can be a little stressful. But
don't you point at me, Mister. I want to go to LA.
I learned my lesson. I'm more country than I am LA, for sure.
I tried to tell him, he wouldn't listen.
But it was more city-like, I guess you want to say. Of course, we went to the beach and had a great time. But now, I mean, you want to talk about country.
It's serene.
It's wilderness, and it's beautiful, and it's calming. And the water rushing by the campground.
Which is good, because he needed to calm down after that drive.
It was a stressful drive. There are some things that you will not see on camera. We're very transparent with this channel and with our family, but there are some things that you do not want to see.
There was some life not being spoken.
There was a lot of this. The rock slide area. Anywho. But we're now tranquil and peaceful and serene.
Yes.
And everything is green again. And it's starting to warm up here, so some of the stuff is starting to bloom out. Oh, there's a sharp curve.
Yes.
and it's dangerous driving.
No, really. No, it is gorgeous. So hopefully
Fingers crossed.
You're going to get to see the trail of 100 giants, if we are too. And if not, there's plenty around here for us to explore today.
I don't know, we've probably driven past 20 stop-offs where people are fishing and hiking, and I saw some people putting on rock climbing gear. I don't know what they're climbing up here. But
it's been like, 40 miles through here, and it's nothing but like camping and recreation. And
there were some kids at our campground that were going to go inner tubing down the river.
Yeah, fun stuff. So, here we go. Unhappy faces.
Sad panda. Well,
the good news is
the trees got bigger.
Yeah, the good news is that we saw plenty of places we could stop to have adventures today on the way back.
I'm gonna drive on up this way.
The bad news is it's closed. You would think that maybe there would be signs along the way
that said,
"Hey, that
trail of 100
big
giants
thing that everybody goes to is closed," but it wasn't.
Sad panda.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why it's closed. We did see all kinds of signs that say private property and all that kind of stuff. So if you know why they close it, that would be this road dead ends is what it says. Well, surely there's a turnaround. They have turnarounds everywhere. I hope it doesn't dead end off a cliff. That would be bad.
There was a sign back there that just said, "Stay alive."
Yes, we're going to go back there because we need something to do today since we did not get to see the trail of 100 giants.
I'm looking to see if I can see them from a distance. Now it just looks like big trees.
But yeah, and so that's kind of one of the things, because when we came to this area, we knew we were going to be in the Sequoia National Forest and that there were some groves of the big trees, which this was one of the major ones we were hoping to go to. But we're really far away from the national park, and we didn't realize we were going to be as far away from the national park as what we are.
I'm not the best navigator in the world on a map.
No, it's because the roads, like, it looks close, but then when you on
a map it's only that far away.
When you have to take the roads, it's like hours. So, but we've decided we're going to make a road trip so that we can go and see the big trees.
As long as it's not closed.
Yeah, but the silver lining, the park won't be closed. The silver lining in all of this is that we've discovered this like really cool area that isn't about the big trees per se. Holy cow, waterfall. But there's all kinds of waterfalls and let's stay alive. Waterfalls and hiking and all kinds of fun stuff we can go see, like what we're about to show you right now. Even though what we plan to do is not going to happen, we are finding really cool, fun things. So,
There was a girl down there who wasn't wearing no pants. And cowboy boots.
Michael, I told him he doesn't need to be worrying about what other people are wearing, especially since he spent half the morning with his fly unzipped.
I went out this morning to take the dog out to do what he does, and I quickly put on some shorts because I didn't want him to wait.
I thought you were going to say, and you went and did what you do.
No.
I'm like, not in the campground.
There's too many people. But I do have to go.
I do too. Let's find a porta potty.
Did y'all want to know about that?
I never thought that I would ever be looking forward to finding a porta potty. But, hey.
To me, this whole thing is a porta potty, but no. Some people want me to keep my fly up.
Keep your fly up, yes.
Well, we won't be going that way.
Do you ever feel like you're trying to do something, and every time you try to do something kind of, a barrier gets in your way?
Sometimes you just need to push through it.
No.
But not in the national park, you'll be fine.
No, now, Louise, we're not going off the edge of this cliff.
Well, there's no turnaround, so we might.
Michael, you're not funny. All these other places have these big, like, pull-offs and turnarounds, but where they decide to close the gate on the side of this mountain, there is no turnaround.
I'm just very thankful we didn't bring the RV up here.
Amen.
We would have had to have backed up for about 14 miles. We're gonna go find something else to do. Hey, you want to see a cool trick?
Drive. Oh my gosh, Michael.
That's how you drink water when you're really thirsty.
Michael.
Are you still nervous? We're almost at the bottom of the mountain. What are you getting all nervous about now?
I'm seeing signs that are like this, and you're like, look at me drink a water bottle. Like, really?
Ooh.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
We were driving up the mountain a while ago, and there was a Class C motorhome driving down it. Now, I've seen up above, there's a campground there, and I saw a bunch of travel trailers. I could not for the life of me imagine driving the cow up these mountains. There is no way in the world, as curvy as it is, as tight as some of these corners are.
I'm thinking they have to be a certain length limit.
Yeah.
They couldn't have been.
Well,
I don't think our trailer could have made some of those.
We
curves.
met that Class C and it was tight. Could
Yeah.
you imagine two travel trailers meeting on the side of the mountain here? That was close.
Yeah, and the pull-offs aren't that big.
No, they're not big at all.
We were joking because at the top of the mountain are a whole bunch of RVs, and I'm like, they just got up there and they decided to stay.
Yeah.
Is what we decided, that they're not coming back down. Oh, here's my waterfall.
I sure hope we don't let them down.
They make signs like that for Mikey.
They do. All right, let's go stay alive, y'all.
So we found a porta potty, and I overhear Mikey telling Addie to watch her step, and she said, why? And he'll say, you'll see. That sounds not good.
I don't think there's enough hand sanitizer in the world that could prepare you for something like that. Hey, free bathrooms, so.
There you go. So was that for Lois?
She likes it when we take her swimming. Would you please hand me my other shoe?
I'll toss it to you.
That's not a good idea. So am I just seeing things? Or is that the shimmering of gold in this river? There's gold. Real gold in them there hills. So we didn't get to see the giant trees today.
No.
But it's well made up for itself.
Yes.
It's gorgeous down here. It's green. There's still tall trees. And there's gold in the river.
We got a whole bottle. We pretty much made a golden snow globe, and I get to keep it in my room.
And Cris has already said to make sure that when she says, Addie, hand me a bottle of water, that she doesn't get the golden water.
It's very beautiful. There are so many waterfalls.
The water is cold.
The water is beautiful, and so it's been fun to kind of just pull over and kind of explore different areas. I think I read somewhere that this area that we're in has over 68 different day use places where you can just stop and
pull off and
have
chill.
a picnic or hang out by the water. And then there's tons of campgrounds, like everywhere.
So we are back. It's been over 8 hours since we went on our little journey into the Sequoia National Forest. I told you that we were going to go see the Trail of 100 Giants, but as you saw, road closed. In fact, there are a few road closures up there, so I don't know when it opens up. I guess we kind of should have figured that out before we drove all the way up there, but we still saw some really cool stuff. Cris got some great shots of the river going through there, and we saw people playing and fishing. Some dude even caught a fish with you.
Yeah.
And, well, she wasn't fishing, but she happened to catch it on camera, so hopefully that'll be in this video. And if not, hey, a dude caught a fish. But we came back after a journey through the mountains. And when I mean through the mountains, I mean holy moly, am I glad we didn't drive on through here to go to a different campsite, because one of the roads takes you through the mountains, and it's narrow and scary, and I closed my eyes a couple times, and I was the one driving.
You did what?
Yeah, she was praying. She was praying pretty hard. I could hear her over there going, amen, amen, a lot. But it was gorgeous. We drove over to Bakersfield to go to the Walmart over there, because that's the closest one. We had to get some more supplies before we move on from here in a couple days. And you think it was scary driving in the daytime. I got to drive back at night. Let's just say there's going to be a wardrobe change after this, because I was sweating a lot. I was sweating, that's what I mean. But enough about me and my britches. Let's talk about this roast. This beautiful, beautiful smelling roast. We came back into the camper, loading our groceries in, and all we could do was smell that balsamic vinegar and that beef, and it smells good. And if you hear a little ball bouncing around, Addie's outside playing while she can, so she's out there having a ball. Let me pull the rosemary off of there, and I'm just going to take the whole thing, maybe.
You're going to take the whole thing,
and put it on a plate.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I won't. You know why?
I was going to say no.
Fork tender. But I will get a large enough piece so that I can show a good demonstration of what this thing looks like.
Is that the excuse?
Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. That is... Let me show you. Some got on my fingers, and I'm okay with that. Look at that. Look at that perfectly cooked meat. Look how that just falls off with my fork. That's 8 hours on low with all them ingredients. Let's give her a test run. That's good. That is different than a Mississippi roast. This has got more aromatic flavors in it with the rosemary and the thyme. That balsamic vinegar puts a little bit of a sweetness on the tail end of it. I could have salted it more, and I will here in a minute. Oh, those onions just hit. The onions give it even more sweet flavor. I think that balsamic vinegar kind of soaked into them, hydrated them up a little bit. And then all that flavor soaked down into meat. But again, look at that. Look how easy I can pull that apart with my fork. Look how easy I can put it on my fork. Look how easy I can put it in my mouth. And that's what we do around here. I love my job. If you like what we're doing here, please give us a like down below. And if you haven't become a member of the Crock Posse, all you got to do is click that little subscribe button down below. And if you want to know immediately when we put up a new video, and we try to put them up all the time, click my ding-a-ling. That little bitty bell next to it, that's just to make sure that y'all know when we put something out. And whatever you do, whether it's adventure or eat or whatever, make sure that you laugh often, eat good food, and speak life. We love you guys. Bye. Get in my belly. Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the Happy Camper. Can you see that, or am I just showing cleavage? With
Oh, no.
no, I'm not doing it. Let's just do it like this.
I'm just glad your pants are zipped.
So are they. We're making roasts, not wieners. All right.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Half a cup, tablespoon, tablespoon, tablespoon.
It's like somebody
Mix, pour, sprinkle. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. To the trail of 100 giants. 100 giants. It's 100 giants of trees.
No.
Big sequoia trees. What is in this stuff?
You haven't had any of it.
I know it's that good.
Ta-da! Very well done.
I'm an expert.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon link below.